What's going on, everybody? How's everyone out there doing? Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also, hit that post notification bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a video. I was supposed to upload throughout this week, but I had got sick, so I do apologize for that. I'm feeling better. So without further ado, let's get into today's topic. So, Cody Rhodes is once again, to my chagrin, to my happiness, to my joy, is WWE champion. You can't want your cake and eat it too, unfortunately. I felt like we could have in this situation, but you know the saying. He's Triple H's favorite golden boy. Nah, let me stop. In all seriousness, Cody Rhodes last week defeated Drew McIntyre in a match that I had no clue was no DQ. I thought it was like a regular one-on-one match, but apparently it was not, and I didn't get that memo, and apparently other people didn't get that memo too. But hey, it is what it is. I believe, wasn't Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan supposed to be the last woman standing on the Raw premiere on Netflix, and then all of a sudden it was just a normal one-on-one match? So I believe something like this that happened before. But anyway. Nevertheless, Cody's champion again. And Drew McIntyre ended up getting cost the title by Jacob Fatu. So that's going to be the WrestleMania match. Now, I don't think it's going to be a regular one-on-one match because they're supposed to have that next week. And I think that's going to end in a brawl or some type of shenanigans. Like Cody versus Jacob Fatu at Saturday night's main event. I think that's how Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu is going to go next week. And then we're going to get an all-out Sin City street fight at WrestleMania. You know, the same match that they booked Drew in last year. Ooh, yeah. You know, it's unfortunate that Drew McIntyre doesn't get to walk into WrestleMania as champion, but at least he got to have a reign in front of the fans. I wish they would have pulled the trigger at WrestlePalooza. They were hyping it up as this big event, this new big event. Oh, could this rival WrestleMania? And the fact that it main evented over John Cena versus Brock Lesnar and the return of AJ Lee. It main evented over AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins and Becky Lynch. And I thought that match was going to be hyped up. I thought we was going to get a title change or if it's going to be a great match. No, the match was booty cheeks. I was so disappointed. I was heavily disappointed. Stephanie Valkyrie, Sky, would have been a way better main event. That was the best match on the show. Would have been way better main. They should have main event instead of that catastrophe we got. And then Drew just kept losing, and then Drew kept beating up Cody. And I honestly don't understand what was the point of Cody being champion. Cody could have just dropped the title at WrestlePalooza and did all the same stuff he did leading up to that 3 Stages of Hell match just with Drew as champion. They could have did War Games, had a match at Saturday night's main event. Oba Femi. They could have did all of that stuff with Drew as champion, but they didn't, and he could have got the title back, Cody, at 3 Stages of Hell on the first SmackDown of the year, and then we could have had Randy win the Chamber, and then we get Randy versus Cody at Mania. That's how they should have booked it to me, but they didn't. Or like I said, they could have just did that blockbuster fatal 4-way match to me, which I think is money. But this is a money match, Randy Orton versus Cody, and we've been asking for it. We've been begging for it. As Drew says, we prayed for it. And it finally happened. We prayed for it and it happened. They've been teasing this for years. Triple H likes to tease us. He likes to tease us with stuff. And then it never gets resolved. Look at the Austin Theory and Grayson Waller situation. So we was getting teased. It was becoming a meme at this point. And finally, we're going to get the match, And everyone was worried at first and concerned about it. Oh, this is going to be babyface versus babyface. Oh, and then night 2 is babyface versus babyface. Well, guess what, y'all? Guess what? They pulled the trigger last night after Cody was glazing Randy Orton for a good 10 minutes. 10 minutes. A good 10 minutes. Felt like 10 minutes. He was glazing Randy Orton. And then Randy Orton, after he signed the contract, he smashed his head on the table and then kicked him in his balls and then busted him open, made him bleed and beat him up and smashed his head on the chair, and Jelly Roll came out. And then, they was trying to, the fans was actually cheering. They was actually cheering. They was excited. They was happy. They was happy. It's crazy how we went from outrage that Cody Rhodes wasn't going to finish the story at WrestleMania 40 to 2 years later. It's only been 2 years, and now it's just a lot of us who are outraged. But Randy Orton turned heel. He absolutely decimated Cody Rhodes. You know, Cody Rhodes has looked up to Randy Orton for a very long time. He's a mentor. He's a friend. He idolizes him. He thinks he's one of the greatest of all time. Sounds familiar, huh? Yeah. You know, the same thing happened last year on the road to WrestleMania. You know, the legend who's a little bit past his prime, who has only a certain amount of time left, wins the Elimination Chamber after trying to get a world title shot, and they show no remorse. For instance, in the Chamber, after Drew attacking Cody, Randy capitalized on it with the RKO. Seth stomped CM Punk. John Cena capitalized out of it. It was out of character for John Cena. And, you know, they were showing signs, you know. And then finally, you know, when they officially get the match, you know, they just go off on Cody. Cody's the problem here, clearly. It's clearly probably the problem. And I've seen some people complaining about that. It's people who are mad that this is the same story that's getting rinsed and repeated from last year. And I can completely understand. But Randy Orton is best as a heel. We haven't had Randy Orton as a heel since, I believe, 2020. So it's been a while. And heel Randy is vicious. He's vicious, as he saw yesterday. As you can see, the people loved it. The people loved it. It's a few people who I seen who don't like it and was a little upset. But other than that, it seems like it got a great reception. And I just hope that Randy Orton wins at WrestleMania. I'm a little scared because they didn't do the turn at Mania, that Cody might actually retain here. But I think that this is a way Randy should end the Mania match with punt kicking Cody, and we could write Cody off of TV and give him some time off and let him come back with a new edgier character, because he's starting to show some edge too. Another character who I think could possibly get involved around in this matchup is Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes they've been bumping heads lately. And Cody and Sami, you do it. It is fine. It's okay for you to do this. You think you're better than me. You're not Cody. So yeah, it's like Sami is angry and upset. And maybe Sami takes all this frustration and he Haluna kicks Cody to end WrestleMania Night 1 and helps Randy Orton capture the WWE Championship to become a 15-time WWE champion. Maybe that happens. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited and I'm interested to see, because they turned Randy heel. And like I said, it's nothing better than a heel of Randy Orton, because he is absolutely vicious and he is not going to stop. He is going to do everything in his power now to win that 15th title. He's going to do everything, and I mean everything in his power, to get that championship. And so, like I said, this already was going to be a good match, but I think this match is going to be even better now. Cody is going to be a little, more, you were my mentor, you were my friend again, and he's going to, and maybe this time, instead of last year, since he had character development, if he had true character development, he would have failed for Randy Orton's stick, but he should show like no remorse too. This should be like an all-out blood feud, and I'm here for it, and I'm excited for it as well. I saw people on the internet saying, and they had Jelly Roll out there. Why was Jelly Roll out there? Why was Jelly Roll out there? I think Jelly Roll was out there because they were friends and they had that good little discussion before Randy turned heel earlier in the night, like, hey friend, hey buddy, and I believe that's why he push Nick Aldis to get some heat under him, because they was cheering for him attacking Cody, and maybe him pushing Jelly Roll is going to get him booed a little. And now they're saying that Jelly Roll going to come out and help Randy Orton win that title, like Travis Scott helped John Cena last year. And then Randy Orton going to turn face again mysteriously. I was like, you know what? Now, if CM Punk come out and talk about Randy Orton's heel turn like he did John Cena, I'm going to laugh. I doubt that's going to happen. But still, I would laugh so hard. That would be hilarious. But nevertheless, it feels like we're finally heating up to WrestleMania, and I'm excited. There's certain things that weren't clear before to me that were clarified on this past episode of SmackDown, heading towards WrestleMania, possible matchups we could get, and I'm just overall excited now, really excited. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I'm excited and I'm thrilled. I'm just happy. Heel Randy Orton is back, y'all. Heel Randy Orton is back, y'all. And I'm just happy about it. Hopefully, this leads to him capturing title number 15 and going on one last awesome heel run as the WWE Undisputed Champion. Like I said, I was so excited. And I'm glad that Randy Orton gets this moment. He gets the main event against Cody. This already has so much story to it, so much legacy to it. And now you add in this heel turn, and then it's going to be, this is a blood feud now. I still wish Drew could have walked in as WWE Champion, and we could have ended up getting Drew and Jacob versus Cody and Randy in a fatal four-way for the world title. You still could have had the heel turn. You still could have had the heel turn just at WrestleMania. But that's just me. And like I said, I was expecting maybe Cody to turn heel. I don't know. I don't know why I keep expecting Cody to turn heel. When it does happen, it's going to shock me and catch me off guard, because at this point, I don't expect it to happen anytime soon. But like I said, this was a nice little surprise. We could have seen this coming. I didn't think it would happen this early because, like I said, they had the chamber to bypass Randy turning heel. So I didn't think he was going to something. I thought it was going to end in a big way at Mania, but so now I wonder what's going to happen with the Punk and Roman feud. I'm interested in to see what they do with that now. But we no longer have two baby faces versus each other in the main event for night 1 and night 2. Now we got a heel versus a babyface, and then we got babyface versus babyface. You let me know your thoughts on Randy Orton's heel turn, and you let me know your thoughts on Cody Rhodes becoming a 3-time WWE champion. Will his reign only be a few weeks, or will he retain the title at WrestleMania? You let me know your thoughts down below. Until next time, it's been a good time, y'all. Be good people. Remember, God loves you. Steve O'Connor out. Peace.